Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla. So, Tesla just released their earnings report and held their earnings call. And Tesla made it very clear what they want to do. They see this year as a unique opportunity for Tesla, as the other OEMs are struggling with the economics of their EV production. Tesla will use their position as a cost leader to maximize rapid growth, and this will squeeze the other OEMs. Well, Tesla needs to get those 20 million in sales from somewhere, right? So let's check out all the numbers and let's dive right in. So, Tesla did confirm at the earnings call that the Model Y was the best-selling non-pickup vehicle in the US in Q1 and the best-selling car of any kind in Europe. So the price cut seems to be working, as the Model Y is not just the best-selling EV, but it is now well on its way to become the best-selling car period this year. But let's check out some of the numbers in their earnings report. So Tesla's revenue was up 24% to $23.3 billion, while their automotive revenue was only up by 18% to $19.9 billion. But Tesla had about 15% of its revenue coming from the other business than the car business, but that is usually only about 12%, so a little increase there, so that is nice to see. But still about 85% of its revenue still comes from their car sales. So Tesla also wrote that the cost of goods was still high, but I still believe we will see the cost of goods lowering through this year, and with that ramping up together with Berlin and Texas, I still expect them to have a higher operating margin in 2023 than they did in 2022. But their operating margin in Q1 was 11.4%, still better than all the other automakers, but for Tesla it is quite low. But as you can see, Tesla is still way above industry average, that is 8%. But still had $2.5 billion in net income in Q1, so still making billions of dollars per quarter, and I only expect that to rise in the coming quarters. And Tesla's total gross margins was at 19.3%, but they did not give us the automotive gross profits in the spreadsheet as they used to, so we kind of have to calculate that out ourselves. So the only numbers Wall Street really was waiting for was not in the report. They have to do a little bit of math there themselves, so it's going to be fun to hear what they have to say about that. But their total automotive revenue was $19.963 billion, and their total cost of automotive revenue was 15.755, so that gave us an automotive gross margin about 21%. So even with all the price cuts here in Q1, we still have 21% in automotive gross margin, more gross margin than any other volume automaker on the planet. So even though some of the short sellers thought their margin would be gone now, as Tesla had cut price by 20%, so that should not be more than 5% left, right? But I guess they forgot that the cost of production has also come down, and more to come in the coming quarters. But automotive revenue was $19.9 billion, so Tesla's average selling price is still above $47,000, as Zach Kirkhorn said at Investor Day it would be. Tesla's average selling price in Q1 was $47,208, so it is the lowest average selling price we have seen so far from Tesla, but it is still only $1,484 lower than what Tesla's price was in Q1 of 2021, with an average selling price of $48,692. So people can see that the average selling price has just come down to the previous levels and only a bit more than $1,000 lower than it was before. But a very bright spot in the earnings report was, of course, storage deployment that did get close to the 4 gigawatt hours I have been talking about, 3.889 to be exact. So that was up 360%. And the revenue from their energy business was also up 148%. So that's very nice to see. These big growth growth number in their energy side of the business, but nowhere near the levels of revenue I thought 4 gigawatt hours of megapacks and Powerwalls would bring in. But still, very nice to see this huge ramp in their energy business. But as we have talked about before, Tesla is in a very special position with the pricing power of the automotive industry. Tesla has pushed the whole auto industry to go electric, but now Tesla is pushing the price, shaking up the whole automotive industry once again, and Tesla knows this as they write in their earnings report. In the current macroeconomic environment, we see this year a unique position for Tesla, as many car makers are working through challenges with the unique economics of their EV program. We aim to leverage our position as cost leaders. We are focused on rapid growth production, investment in autonomy and vehicle software, and remaining on track with our growth investments. Our near-term pricing strategy considers a long-term view on per-vehicle profitability given in potential lifetime value of Tesla's vehicles through autonomy, supercharging, connectivity, and service. We expect that our product pricing will continue to evolve upwards and downwards depending on a number of factors. Yes, the price cuts is a short-term play for a long-term gain. They might have lower margins right now, but when many of these Tesla owners start buying Tesla's full self-driving software and other services in the coming years, they will continue to add value to Tesla and their fleet of cars. And Elon said this put Tesla in a very unique position, as they are the only car company on the planet that can sell their cars at zero profits now and then earn a lot of money on their cars later through autonomy. But Tesla does not sell their cars to zero profit. They still have industry-leading profits. So their profit will be out of this world in the future. And as I made a whole video about, Tesla has started a price war around the world, a war where the competition has no weapons. They don't have Tesla's pricing power. If someone like Ford lowered their price on their EVs by $3,000, that will just mean that Ford will lose $25,000 instead of $22,000 on all their EVs they sell. And Ford doesn't even have that amount of margins that Tesla does on their ICE cars. So Tesla is really squeezing the old guys here and put them in a very difficult situation. And now with Tesla's last price cuts in the US, you can now get a Model Y for less than $40,000 including the tax incentive. Remember, the average selling price last year in the US for a passenger car was $49,000. So Tesla's Model Y, the best-selling car in the US and Europe, is now about $10,000 cheaper than the average selling price in the US. That will be able to be a full self-driving car later. Insane. Yes, Tesla is aggressive, but still have a 20% gross margin on their cars. But Tesla is very aggressive here, as Tesla knows now is their time. The other OEMs are struggling right now, especially with the EV production. So Tesla has a chance to grow their market share of the overall car market rapidly. Remember, Tesla is aiming for 20 million vehicles. Well, those 20 million have to come from someone else in the car market. And the total car market is only about 68 million right now. So for Tesla to go to 20 million, someone else has to give way. And I think Tesla see this as the perfect storm for Tesla. They have the pricing power to push Tesla's demand to match their growing production and not even get under 20% margin doing so. But as Elon said, Tesla is willing to sacrifice margin to keep up their growth if a recession should really hit, because this is the most important thing for Tesla, growth, even with low margin, as this is only a short-term play in a long-term gain. Insane profits will come later, no matter what. But let's see what Wall Street and mainstream media will make of all of this. But a solid quarter for Tesla, not as high an operating margin and growth in Tesla's economy in general as most had hoped for. But I think we will see more of the cost reductions shine through in the coming quarters, as Zach and Elon also mentioned at the earnings call that the impact of the lithium dropping 60% in Q1, we will not see the benefits of that before Q2. And Tesla also had some huge cost this quarter that was a one-off. So just that fact alone will give Tesla even better margins next quarter. But even though we saw a lot of numbers being down compared to Tesla's usually very high numbers all around, but just remember, Tesla growth year over year is still way above industry average. So Tesla is still doing great and growing faster than pretty much anyone else, and Tesla still had $2.5 billion in net income and still has $22.4 billion in the bank. Tesla can easily go through a recession and sell all their vehicles for zero margin if they need to, with that kind of money in the bank. But Tesla did also show us the production line of the Cybertruck, where they are currently producing the alpha version of this truck. So that is very exciting to see, as this product is the most pre-ordered vehicle in history, and many of the haters don't even think this product is real. But here it is, and this beast we have been waiting for almost 4 years start rolling off the assembly line in only a few months. As Elon said, they expect a delivery event at the end of Q3. And on one last note, if you are wondering when Elon thinks full self-driving cars will be ready, it will be this year. But let's end off with an important quote from Elon at the earnings call. Orders are in excess of production. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.